Way before Cylinder's big bust, we're finding out the president's top money guys warned him those loans were a big risk, and that was nearly a year ago. A new report says the heads-up was delivered to the president by Treasury Secretary Tim Geithner, former White House economic advisor Larry Summers, and Roll Call's David Drucker says that's getting a little too close for comfort for the president. If so, David, then this sort of escalates this investigation, does it not?
Well, it could. We'll have to see. I think the problem for the president, first of all, is that voters aren't very happy with his stewardship of the economy, and this Green Jobs initiative overall has been a major point in terms of what he's tried to do to grow the economy and create jobs. And so when something like this fails, it's another reminder to people that they're not happy with the job he's doing on the #1 issue they care about. The second thing, and this goes to what the president campaigned on, he said he was going to do things differently in Washington. Politics was not going to drive his decision-making. And what we know from Solyndra is it may not be a criminal scandal, it may not really be a scandal at all, it may be just mismanagement, but we know that there, at least at this point, was some element of politics involved, and it goes to the very heart of what he said he wouldn't do. And voters often have a very harsh reaction to politicians who do the opposite of what they said they were going to do.
Yeah, but I mean, if true, that would not be, or he would not be the first politician to be guilty of that.
No, he would not, but he ran in particular on doing things differently. It's the same way George W. Bush took heat for not being a uniter, but somehow presiding over a very divided Washington. He said particularly things would be different under his leadership. They weren't, and so he took particular criticism over that.
You know, David, I'm wondering, though, the fact that now you could have top White House advisors, in this case really top advisors, Geithner and Summers, warning the president, or at least giving a heads up, you know, the Solyndra thing might not be so hunky-dory. Now, the president's a busy guy. People fail to keep that in mind here, that he has 1,000 things on his plate. So it's possible that in the middle of all of that, you know, he could have heard their concerns, but it was among many, many other things coming up, and leave it at that. Having said that, though, will this add fuel to the don't fund any of these other solar guys fire?
Well, that's the other part of this, and I think it makes it harder in a sense for the president to push a Green Jobs initiative, any kind of initiative that talks about investing taxpayer money in a budding enterprise, in a sense allowing the government to be the big risk taker here. Right. This just doesn't help matters for those who say that the government needs to step in and do things that private enterprise won't do, because taxpayers these days are not very happy to see tax dollars go to waste given our debt and deficit situation.
All right. Good stuff all. David Drucker, Roll Call, Washington. Thank you, sir.
Anytime. Thank you.